Poland. And now I'm going to continue the story with chapter 4, where Harvey and Herbie are a little bit older than in the previous chapter. Harvey and Herbie, 16 years old and in grade 11, stood out from all the other male students at Mackenzie High. Everyone knew the Plotkin twins. No one, including their teachers, could tell them apart. Chubby and slope-shouldered, each brother stood 5'6" tall and wore the same black t-shirt, baggy black pants, and white running shoes. Walking side by side along Bathurst Street, the brothers resembled a pair of black dumplings. It was 1968 and Beatlemania had penetrated the souls of the young. Like a large number of their male classmates, Harvey and Herbie wore their brown hair in a Beatles-style haircut. Extroverted and energetic, Harvey liked to tell jokes and entertain his friends. His expressive brown eyes communicated the impulses of his heart, while the friendly expression in his egg-shaped face invited you to approach. Herbie was emotionally withdrawn. Silent and skeptical by nature, Herbie listened to the opinions of his classmates and contradicted them. The flat look in his eyes suggested a deep-seated suspicion of the world. When another boy confused Herbie with Harvey, Herbie bristled. "I'm Herbie, stupid," he would say. Finally, to end the confusion, Herbie grew a short brown beard. "You're the only kid at Mackenzie with a beard," Harvey said. "You want to know what I think?" Herbie waited. "It makes you look like a bum." "It's better than being confused with you," Herbie said dryly, and the next moment he sang, "Brother, all you need is love." "Your Herbie reminds me of Lenin with his beard," a neighbor said to Belka, who pretended not to hear. Whatever Belka thought of Herbie's chin beard, she kept it to herself. Harvey was an average student. He paid attention in class, did his homework, and submitted his assignments on time. His grades ranged between 60 to 75%. Mathematics was interesting, Harvey felt, because you could use this knowledge to solve business problems. Take the concept of compound interest. If you invested money and got compound interest, you would earn interest on the interest. Could a business be run along the same principle? Harvey wondered. Sheldon Markowitz was Harvey's best friend in grade 11. A thin lad with sandy hair and a long, narrow nose, Sheldon excelled in algebra and logical thinking. The expensive pair of horn-rimmed glasses he wore gave him an intellectual air. Sheldon liked Harvey, whom he found entertaining. Sheldon planned to go to university and become an accountant like his father. One day in February, before the boys' world religions class, Harvey walked over to Sheldon's locker. "How can you tell if you're wearing a real Beatles shirt?" Harvey asked his friend. "Do I want to know?" Sheldon said. "When it has Ringo around the collar." Harvey grinned. "Tell me the truth, Shell. You think I'm funny?" "Some of your jokes are pretty good, but I like your stories about Herbie and your mother best. You have one strange family." "What's so strange about being identical twins?" Harvey said. "Okay, it's unusual, but I'm sick of all the gossip I hear about Herb and me. I mean, we aren't freaks." Harvey decided to develop his verbal wit and build up his store of jokes. He would fight back verbally against anyone who belittled him. That year, Harvey learned how to play poker. During the lunch hour, Harvey, Sheldon, Sam, and Bertie played poker for pennies in the school cafeteria. Between hands, the boys gossiped. You see the tits on Rosie McLaren? Sam said. That's what I call stacked. Sheldon and Bertie smiled as they juggled their cards. If Rosie had have been on the Titanic, Harvey said, 2 less people would have drowned. The boys burst out laughing. Give me 10, Harvey cried, and he turned up his palms. Herbie seemed to have given up on school. The previous year he'd failed grade 10 English, Canadian history, science, and math, and was repeating these subjects. Instead of attending his classes, Harvey knew, Herbie disappeared to God knew where. I never see you in school, Harvey said to his twin. What's up with you? I'm making important business contacts. If you fail grade 10 again, you'll be expelled. Let him expel me. School's a waste of time. You stink of cigarettes. What's it to you? Pa smokes. I smoke too. Ma won't like it if she finds out, Harvey said. You think I give a turd about that? I got more important things on my mind. Like what? Making money and getting ass. Herbie touched the tip of his dark beard. Big talker, Harvey said, and he warned Herbie about the consequences of failing again. You'll never be able to get a job. A week later, Harvey learned from a fellow student that Herbie spent hours in a snack bar during class time. The small restaurant stood at the corner of Shepherd Avenue and Bathurst Street. The Italian boys from the nearby Sept school congregated there to shoot pool and smoke cigarettes. Herbie loitered near the billiards table, listening to the older kids' boastful talk. I can't stop Herb from wasting his time, Harvey thought. He would never squeal on Herbie to their parents. Both brothers had signed up for the driver's ed class. Pa had never learned how to drive, Harvey thought, and that was a shame. Pa walked wherever he had to go or took the bus and streetcar to travel longer distances. Harvey wished that his father owned a car, like Sheldon's father, who drove a sleek, metallic green Buick coupe. The twins were always thinking of ways to earn money. Using their own savings, the brothers bought chocolate bars from Roman at wholesale prices and sold the candy at school to the kids in the lower grades. We're making a small profit from our candy business, Herbie said one morning as he and Harvey were walking to school. I say we start selling cigs. We'll triple our profit. Where'll we get cigarettes? Where do you think, dummy? From Pa. Harvey bit his lip. Pa wouldn't do it. It's not legal. Don't be such a goody two-shoes. I've been thinking we should quit school at the end of the year and open a wholesale candy business. We'll supply all of the convenience marts in the neighborhood. What do you think? Harvey's eyes wavered with uncertainty. You can drop out if you want to, but I'm going to finish high school. I don't want to end up a bum. What did the future hold in store for him? It was May, and Harvey would write his final exams in a month's time. He already knew he wouldn't be going to college or university. He didn't want to become a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant like Sheldon. He was going into business for himself. He could read, write, and do math well enough. So maybe quitting high school at the end of the year and working full-time wasn't such a bad idea after all, Harvey thought. The prospect of earning a salary and saving his money appealed to him. 3 afternoons a week, Harvey delivered prescriptions for Tamlin drugs. Cycling down Yonge Street on his Rally 5-speed, Harvey carried the drugs in the basket behind the saddle. Occasionally, he made deliveries in Rosedale. Entering the wealthy enclave from Elmer Avenue, Harvey cycled into the heart of the tree-lined neighborhood, past Victorian houses and shade trees. The street seemed to smell of old money. This was a completely different world from his immigrant neighborhood of Clanton Park, Harvey observed. What would it be like to be rich? Harvey thought about this as he rang the doorbell of a tall house in Rosedale. Sometimes a servant would instruct him to go around to the back door. So he circled the house, handed over the drugs, and collected the payment. Most weeks he earned between $10 to $15. In the last week of May, Harvey heard a rumor at school that the owner of Miracle Soap, Harold Katz, was hiring salesmen. Mr. Katz was a member of Temple Emmanuel, Harvey knew, and he spoke to Herbie about this opportunity. "I thought you wanted to finish high school," Herbie said. "I changed my mind," Harvey said. "I want to get into the real world and earn like Pa. I'm going to apply for a salesman's job at Miracle Soap. You interested?" "Sure I am. What have I been telling you all this time?" Harvey phoned Mr. Katz at his office and made an appointment to meet with the soap magnate in 3 days' time. "Let me do the talking," Harvey told Herbie. "If you start to yap, you'll ruin our chances." The soap factory was a single-story, cinder block building located in an industrial zone in Scarborough. The twins arrived on time for their 11 a.m. appointment. Harold Katz was a lean man of 43. He was dressed in a gray suit and a gray and black striped tie. His eyes were kindly but shrewd. "So you two are Harvey and Herbie," Mr. Katz said, and he shook hands with the brothers. He pointed to the 2 chairs in front of his desk. "I know your father, Roman, from the temple. How come you boys aren't finishing high school?" "We've learned everything we need for now," Harvey said. "We want to start our careers, Mr. Katz. We both have sales experience." "And what does your father have to say about this?" "We're 16, Herbie blurted. "Our father can't stop us." Harvey rested one hand on Herbie's hand. "We haven't told our parents yet," Harvey said. "We're going to tell them after the exams." Harvey explained the workings of their chocolate bar business. "We know how to sell, Mr. Katz. We'll work very hard." Mr. Katz explained to the brothers how his sales force operated. He talked about the nature of the work and the pay structure for new salesmen. "I believe you two want to work," he said. "I'll take a chance on you and we'll see how it goes." Herbie didn't bother to show up for his exams in June. "I'm not going to pass nothing, so what's the point?" he said. Harvey sat his exams in the school auditorium. English, algebra, biology, and world religions. Leaving the auditorium after his final exam, Harvey felt mentally exhausted. Each brother had completed the required hours of practice driving and successfully wrote the driver's theory test. They received their driver's licenses from the province. "Driving's a lot of fun," Herbie said. "I wish Pa had have bought a car." "We'll buy a used car when we can afford to," Harvey said. "Being poor's the pits," Herbie said, and his lower lip curled downwards in envy of the rich. On the last Friday in June, the brothers sat down to dinner with their parents. Harvey felt uneasy. He had no idea how his parents would react to Herbie's announcement. Belka put 4 bowls of soup on the table and sat down in her chair next to Roman. "I got something to say," Herbie announced. "Me and Harv have made a decision. We aren't going back to school in September. We've been hired as salesmen by Mr. Katz, the guy that owns Miracle Soap. We're going to sell his soap and earn our own way." "Is that so?" Belka said. And she reached for Herbie's ear to twist it. Herbie swatted her hand away. Don't you ever twist my ear again, Herbie cried. I'm not your patsy. Roman wiped a smudge of tomato soup from his mouth. Don't talk that way to your mother, he said. You show respect. Then tell her to treat me with respect. I'm 16, Pa. Shut, Roman said, and he placed one hand on Belka's arm. It was time to speak up, Harvey felt. Herb and me have talked about this, Harvey said. I'm not the academic type, and I don't want to go to college or university. Herb's failed all of his courses. We want to work and earn our own money. Roman considered. You sure about this? Yes, Harvey said. Why should I stay in school? I memorized pages and pages of my biology textbook. Why do I need to know how the large intestine works? I'm not going to be a doctor. Roman looked from Harvey to Herbie. You found jobs already? We're going to sell liquid soap, Herbie said. You know Mr. Katz from the temple? He hired us as salesmen. They have to finish high school, Belka said. Tell them, Roman. Shut. Who found you this job? I did, Harvey said. I heard a rumor at school that Mr. Katz was looking for salesmen. Herb and me went to see him. Mr. Katz saw we were serious and he hired us. How much you gonna pay you? $100 a week, Herbie said, plus commission. It's a lot of money, Pa. How much commission? 5% on each sale, Herbie said. When you gonna start? Next month, Herbie said. Take care on each other, Roman said. Nobody should cheat you because you're young. Belka's brow was dark. What's the matter with you, Roman? They have to graduate high school. I'm telling you, it's a big mistake for them to quit now. Roman looked at his wife. After a moment, he reached for her hand. New? How are you going to stop them? Let them earn and see how the world goes. Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. I think already by their age, those boys have earned more than I have in my life. Yeah, I'm going to do a poem myself now. I've been kind of threatening to do this one for a long time. I need your help, though. I need you to either snap or clap or stomp. Just like this. I've been walking the streets in the dead of the night like a black Corvette, like a well-oiled spring, waiting for someone to give me the cause to unwind. My fingers are curled in a vicious snare like the grin of a serpent, like jaws of steel, waiting for reason to act, for a cause to unwind. Like a venomous poem that sprawls off the page with the words of its writing all blackened with rage, like a summons that goes beyond death, beyond grave, like a knife. I've been walking the streets in the dead of the night like a black Corvette, like a well-oiled spring, waiting for someone to give me a cause to unwind. And the people that watch as I pass through the night are slivers of moonbeam shadows, light. They watch as I pass, but they can't or they won't lend a hand. I've been thinking sometimes of the terrorless few who cruise in the night in the dead of the moon, who slip through the streets with no thought but to stay far from home. In the chill of the night with no company there but the sound of my footsteps, the rain in my hair. In the chill of the night as I search for a cause to unwind. Thank you. I think we're losing Aya and her friends. Are we losing you guys? Oh, let's just say goodbye. I often will start her poems by talking about a feeling that she's had that I almost always relate to, so
we have a pact. If I share some stuff, she will share similar stuff.
Yes. And the more we open the veins in our arms and bleed out around the faces, in a very poetic, happy, non-bloody way. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for rescuing us with Twitch. I am absolutely thrilled to bring to the stage one of our most dramatic and wonderful performers who I have been, whose work I've just been loving and who, like Flip, doesn't often need the written page as a help. I would like to bring to the stage our wonderful Majnan.
Hi everyone, I'm Majnoon. I'm going to be reading a new poem. It's only about 40 seconds long, but it will be accompanied by this tiny little drum. By fortune, with beaten and paid enough, we can return to the source, wherein we find infancy, drunkenness, felicity, carnage, and God. The body has no part in this, and so upon giving in, may lay in the silent throes. Our mammalian panic will rock back and forth in bedridden fits of violence. Finally, one begins to sense some great act of God in emergence, crouching behind every corner or hiding just beyond the horizon. Thank you.
Thank you. We just have one more reader, and despite the fact that there's only one more, who is it? It's not a reader. We'd like to bring back to the stage a musician who we've heard before and who also has designed a board game. I don't know if you know this, based around tarot cards. I was fortunate enough to actually get a chance to help him hawk it at a board game convention. Is that, yes. I love the fact that the word hawk can mean the animal, it can mean to sell, and it can also mean somebody who's agitating for war. Those are three movies. I'm just kind of, but that's got nothing to do with our next guest. Can you please welcome to the stage, Alex Cogswell. I feel like the way that this is, we're actually like on the verge of losing the microphone to gravity. I moved you a little bit, but you can move yourself back.
I guess I'll stand tonight.
Okay. Which you can. You okay with that? Hugh. Kit Davin was watching and just wanted to say hello and that she enjoyed hearing you. So just in time to hear Hugh read. Yay!
Now she knows how to scoop out brains.
Like we didn't know that before.
That's true. I was taught fairly often.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Tonight I'm going to play this new one that I've never performed it yet, and it is a self-prophetic reflection. It's called "Miss the Rain." Love returns so graciously. Thought I was hidden, thought I was safe till it returned to me. the rain, miss the rain. Single drop relieves the pain. As far as I see, as far as I know, it's been only me. A drought on this land, drought on this heart, safe or free. I miss the rain, miss the rain. Single drop relieves the pain. I miss the miss the rain, miss the rain. Single drop relieves the pain. Miss the rain. This next one, I don't know if Bailey's here, but it goes out to Bailey. It's called Country Fellow. blues. October's coming, I do believe. Red, orange, yellow on a country fellow, he spoke to me. Lifted his head and said to me, listen to the breeze, listen to the breeze. You can hear the voices sing, simple as can be, that old melody. Simple as can be, that old melody. Going through the leaves, October's here, I do believe. Heed those words he said to me, I can hear that ancient melody. Sing to me, sing to me, as I listen to the breeze, listen to the trees, and hear the voices. Simple as can be, that old melody. Simple as can be, that old melody. Country fellow.
Thank you, Alex. Oh, no, you just do this. And be not on camera. Is there anybody else who would like to do some reading before we get onto the music, specifically music? Alex is kind of our transitional, yeah?
I wanted to do some poetry, but I was also waiting for my dear friend
Oh,
before I
well,
did.
Shay is fairly open to poets
yeah.
performing during the music section too, so we don't discriminate.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you want to do it now and then do it again if you want to do it
Yeah,
once.
absolutely do it again. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow.
Okay. We sometimes have writers who have so much to say that they insist on. Yeah, no, that's not that. We're all like that. All right. Shay, did you like kill a fly or something back there?
No, you know what? I'm constantly. I've been wanting to read something, but like I don't know if I'm ready for it yet.
Okay.
I think I have to wait another week.
Okay, well, we'll keep encouraging you. But okay, like in the middle of one of Alex's songs, did you like clap? Like I thought I heard a clap.
I dropped something.
Oh, you dropped something. Okay, so this is how much of a pro Shay is. You dropped something in the middle of a song, and it was actually in time to the music. It was like on a downbeat and everything. I was like, this is awesome.
I was just so into it.
Well, that is it for tonight for us for Right On Right Now. We're going to be starting up again with Shay at the helm at 9 o'clock with music. Well, music primarily, but you know, poetry and other writing things that you have to. See you next week. Sorry, not next week. See you October the 4th for the next writing open mic Right On Right Now. We are going to be in October moving to weekly every Tuesday night. And Shay is moving to Wednesday night. The music open mic is moving to Wednesday night. So you will have no conflicts. You'll have the whole night. People won't show up and wonder whether they have to do a poem or sing the poem. And we won't have to force people to sing their poetry or read their songs. No. Yeah, so big changes coming in October. Lots of exciting stuff happening at Bandplot. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you to Hugh Spencer, to Jonathan Greenbaum. Hugh and Flip Arima both have books for sale. Of course, you just put your books away.
But I can take them out.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah. He'd be happy to take them out for you because he is a capitalist.
Also an exhibition.
And an exhibition. Does that mean you go to the exhibition stadium? Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming tonight and for continuing to sustain this. Please follow us on Twitch. We have 4 whole subscribers and we've been live for a whole day. Woohoo! It's actually under Zeno Franca, my username, so XENOFRANK on Twitch, and see you all on the 4th of October. I took the mic off just in time to put the mic back. Hey! We've got Home in Canada here from Edmonton. Hello, Catherine. Welcome back. I hope you got to hear some of that. We're just wrapping up, of course. But it was so nice to see you, really. My friend Catherine from Edmonton. We met at a sci-fi convention. Actually, we met it at Astra, and we did a Monty Python panel together. And she brought copies of the lyrics to Finland for everybody, so we could have a sing-along.
I had dinner with Terry.
Oh my God! So Hugh, there's Hugh. Hugh had dinner with Terry Jones. Wow, that's really awesome. Was it fun?
12-year-old wife.
Finland. Thank you for the video. It was wonderful to see that again, and I actually watched another 3 or 4 of them. We're gonna sign off, but good night, everybody. And by everybody, I mean Catherine and me.